Grandpa, what was your childhood like? My childhood? What do you want to know? What did you play? So what do you play? I have a PSP, a NDS, and a Wii. I have everything. When I was young, I didn't have all this electronic stuff. Why not? So what did you play? We were very poor at that time, and could merely DIY some toys by wasted domestic materials like water bottles, candles, and newspaper. Wow, that's poor. So you didn't have a happy childhood, did you? Of course not. The most enjoyable part is to DIY and to invent new toys by our creativity and thoughts, which children in this decade fail to do so. Anyway, our toys are much more advanced nowadays. What leads to the development of the toy industry? Playing DIY or cheap toys was actually a unique culture of Hong Kong in the 50s to 70s. After the end of World War II in the 50s, the society was unstable and quite messy. The hardship of economy encouraged the development of cheap and tiny toys manufacturing. Toys like chesses, marble, and bamboo stick were invented. Besides, large number of immigrants came to Hong Kong, causing lacking provision of housing. My whole family of 7 people were living in a small room of only 100 square feet. Therefore, we spent most of our time in the open space nearby our home, doing homework and playing games there. The most treasurable thing was making friends with the children living in the neighborhood. The groups of children learning and playing together every day. We were just like siblings. However, there was economic inflation after the 70s. Money spent on toys by children increases too. Manufacturers tend to produce dolls, robots, which are much more profitable. Therefore, cheap and DIY toys became history. I see. What kind of cheap and DIY toys you usually played? Let me teach you some of them now. Yay! We usually play shuttlecock in the playground or open space. It is a badminton kind of stuff, made by colorful feathers and paper. You may call it a kind of sports, since it required lots of body movement. In the game, everyone tried to kick the shuttlecock to the next person, and to avoid it to touch the ground. Whoever failed to kick it will be the loser. The rule of the game is simply using every part of your body, like legs, knees, tummy or head, but your hands. And there's a game I believe you must have tried before. That is the London Bridge. 2 people will form an arch by holding hands like a bridge. Others will walk as a queue, placing their hands in shoulders of people in front, passing beneath the arch while singing along the children's rhyme. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. When the last line finishes, the arch will fall down. The one who trapped inside will be the loser. Another game is jumping rubber band rope. Since rubber bands are cheap and easily found at home, we always collect all rubber bands from our neighborhood to make a rubber band rope, which is easy to make and with high elasticity. 2 people will hold the 2 ends of the rope, swinging it and allowing other children to jump inside the swinging rope. Again, whoever tripped will be the loser. Oh, and there's a game you can play everywhere provided there's stairs. Guess what it is? That's paper, scissors and stone on stairs. That's similar to the original game, but with an additional rule. Whoever wins in a single round can walk 1 step upward. There can always be dramatic results. Wow, these games are amazing! There are actually a lot more little games and toys, but I have almost forgotten all of them. How can you forget such wonderful and unforgettable memories? I think they are even greater than my PSP and Wii. Because I've grown up with the society, with Hong Kong and the world. We can't stay in the same position forever. I had the same thoughts with you when I was at your age. But you will understand one day, when you're grown up, my boy.